Wouldn't it be great to be able to enter a message in Slack and have GPT create an automatic summary of that message? With Zapier and OpenAI, that's now possible. In just a few minutes, you can have your Slack messages summarized with GPT and can send them straight out to specific users. As long as you have a Slack account, OpenAI, and a Zapier account, we can dive straight in. In order to get started with this workflow, I need to create a Zap. In Zapier, a Zap is a simple way to connect different apps and make them work together automatically. I can create my Zap by clicking the button on the left-hand side of the screen. To start our Zap, we'll need to create a trigger, or the event that starts any Zap. Because I want Slack to trigger a prompt in ChatGPT, I'll need to use Slack as my trigger. I can find the app by typing it into the search bar and clicking below. The trigger screen will then pop up. I should click New Mention as my event and then click Continue. Setting this as the trigger means that anytime Slack sees a specific user is mentioned, it's going to run this workflow. The first time we set up Slack, we'll need to connect it with Zapier. A link will pop up for you to log into your Slack account. And don't worry, Zapier will only perform the actions you tell it to in a given Zap. We'll then need to fill out our trigger app's data. To do that, select the username you'd like to use for your Zap and click Continue. In order to finish setting up the trigger, we'll need to pull in some example data. To do that, click Test Trigger. Testing our steps ensures that the data we entered is working. You're all set with the first step. Click Continue and we can start creating our first action. In Zapier, an action is a task that happens automatically after our trigger is set off. Type in OpenAI into the search bar and select it on the drop-down menu. Next, click Send Prompt and click Continue. From there, I can select our account and authenticate OpenAI with Zapier, just like I did with my Slack account. To do this, go to your OpenAI page, click the top right button of your screen, and then select View API Keys on the drop-down. Click Create New Secret Key and then copy and paste it onto your authorization screen. By the way, if at any point you get stuck, Zapier's got an amazing support team that can help you out. There's a link in the description to their forum post for this specific workflow. Click Continue and we can start creating our ChatGPT prompt. Our prompt is the text instructions we give to GPT. To fill this out, we can use text as well as the data from the trigger step in our prompt. Make sure to be both thorough and specific in your prompts. The more information you give GPT, the better your prompt will be. If you want to customize your prompt even more, you can play with the other settings on the screen such as top P, temperature, token length, frequency penalty, and presence penalty. Once your settings and prompt are to your liking, click Continue. Click Test Action and we can see a sample of our message. If we don't like the results, we can go back to the last step and customize our prompt in a different way to get the results we like. If you're happy with your results, we can move on to our second action step. Click the plus button on the bottom of the screen to get started. We've created our prompt, but we'll need to add another step in order for Zapier to enter the data into Slack. To do this, type Slack into the search bar once more and then click Send Direct Message and click Continue. Log into your account once more and click Continue again. From there, we can start to assign our trigger apps data into the action apps fields. First, select the username you'd like your messages to go to. Once that's complete, under Message Text, select Response. Under Bot, I'll name my bot Meeting Bot and then I'll click Continue. If you want to customize your message even more, you can fill out any of the other data points on the action step as well in order to do that. Click Test Action and we should be all set. Let's check our Slack to make sure this worked. Yep, there it is. This is ready to turn on. Now, whenever we mention a specific Slack user, Zapier will automatically create a prompt with our AI-generated responses and send them out directly to the user of our choosing. I hope this was a helpful demo. And if Slack isn't your thing, Zapier helps anyone connect apps and automate work. No coding required.